finished school when I was 14 and worked in the orchards in the summer, well, in the spring too, because I used to help Dad. I was his son, sort of. And then from the orchard, we'd go to the packing house for the early fruits and tomatoes and cucumbers, things like that, and we packed in those days. And I guess I was 14 when we first started. I know I was 14 the first year I worked on the grader in the packing house. I worked in the packing house in Winfield for 8 years. First down here on Bottom Lake Road, where that packing house is now, approximately there. That was the old packing house, and then they built a new one down at the south end of Wood Lake, and we worked down there then. That's when they put the new graders in and made it a little more modern.
And so approximately how many years would you have been doing that?
Well, I worked 2 years sorting to start out with, and when I was 14 to 16, because I was too young for workman's compensation. And I was safe on the whole sorting table. So when I was 16, I had by then taught myself to pack. And that year I told them I wanted to pack, so they started me out as a packer.
Great.
One of the inspectors came in one day, a man from Vernon. His name was Bill Thomas, and he came in. I was watching me packing, and he looked at my pack. He came over and he said, "Can I give you some advice?" And I said something to that effect. I said, "Sure." So he showed me how to wrap and how to place the apples so that it made a nice rounded pack. And I don't know, he kind of kept an eye on me through my years, and I learned to pack properly through him. It was from the BCO that Ann Bourne and I went to the apple packing contest. They asked Ann to go, and they asked me to go to support her. And everybody was disappointed because Ann didn't do anything, and I came in fourth. But what tickled me was they didn't like my wrap. And the inspector that showed me how to pack was one of the inspectors there. He was an elderly man by this time, but he was there, and he opened up a pack and looked at it, they said, and he said, "Oh, Winsome Winnie Winfield's here." I was first place for speed, and I went over to him afterwards and said, "You recognized your pack, did you?" And he's, "Oh, yes." So anyway, he says, "You're still speedy." I said, "Yes, I guess I am." Well, depends how fast the apples were coming in, how many we pack. My best pack out was one night at Memorial. We were doing red delicious apples, and they were beautiful. And we worked 4 hours, and I had 102 packs. Much better after they got the new graders with the revolving bins.
Ah, yes.
Because the old bins were just wooden bins with a canvas base, side by side. And the apples dropped in at the back, and if they were coming fast, you had to keep reaching over to pull them down. Then they put the new grader in with the revolving metal tubs, and they were really good because they just kept the apples rolling, and they moved slowly so that we could grab them easily, and made it so much easier to pack.